Time is now 5:08. Phenomenal to see these great things happening in our community. But man, when I saw that heat advisory alert pop up on my phone this morning, I was a little shook.
Yeah, and we're kind of on the cusp of it. Like, we could have had one yesterday and it could have worked. We could have not had one today, and that also could have worked. We're just fluctuating with that temperature right there. But we did make it up to 95 degrees in terms of the actual air temperature yesterday, only 6 degrees off the record set back in 1954. I think it's safe to say that this summer has been a scorcher across central Georgia. Here's a live look across Dublin this morning, looking at temperatures in the 70s, pretty much area-wide. 76 here in Macon, 78 still in Irwinton, 77 in Dudley. So yes, we're in the 70s, but the mid to upper 70s at that. And you know, when it's 5:09 in the morning and we're at these temperatures, that means we are headed for a hot afternoon here in central Georgia. Still hanging on to 77 down in Rochelle, 78 in Cordele, and 73 to start the morning in Eastman. We have a dry radar picture. Yesterday, we saw plenty of showers and storms through the afternoon hours, but not everybody saw rain. Those who did see some frequent lightning. I was able to see this storm up in Jasper County late last night, the lightning with it. And that's what we saw across central Georgia. Some people saw just lightning. Some people saw the lightning and heard the thunder, and then others saw the lightning, heard the thunder, and saw the rainfall as well across central Georgia. It just depended on your exact location. And over the past 5 days, we've picked up some noticeable rainfall in several locations, including in Warner Robins, over 2 inches of rain, over 4 inches of rain down there in Taylor and Macon counties. But on the flip side, other areas not seeing any, like there in Wilkinson County, a little transparent hole right there. That means they did not see anything over the past 5 days. What we're all going to see today, which is for certain, is the heat. Heat indice values up to 105. That's prompted the National Weather Service to issue this heat advisory that's going to run from noon until 8 p.m. tonight from Eatonton down to Abbeville, from Vidalia up to Thomaston. It includes all of central Georgia, and for good reason. As we look at the heat index forecast for the day ahead, we're looking at triple-digit values starting right around the noon hour, but that heat advisory is for heat indices up to 105. Some of our models are showing we could get up to 107 here in Macon. That means even hotter down to the south and to the east the closer you get to the coast. So certainly a day to be mindful of heat safety tips, drinking plenty of water. If you're spending any period of time outside, be mindful of the pavement temperature if you're walking your dog outside, because that is certainly going to be an issue. So here we go into the noon hour. Heat indice values right around 100 for several spots. And then once we get later on into the afternoon, if you see a shower or storm in your community, that will drop that with the temperature as well. So it's all relative depending on where you are. Now, part of central Georgia is in a level 1 severe weather risk for today. It's mainly up to the north and to the east, but for tomorrow we are all going to be in a level 1 risk for the threat of damaging winds and some large hail. And we'll be watching that from about noon until 9 p.m. tomorrow night. So here's how it shapes up on future view as we head through the day today. Starting to bubble things up right around the noon hour across central Georgia. Those will become more numerous through the afternoon hours. But notice we're not seeing the coverage area that we saw yesterday across central Georgia. Rather, it's more sporadic in nature. So we're talking about a 40% chance of rain today as opposed to that 60% chance of rain we had yesterday. And then we'll do the same thing on Thursday, bubbling things up right around the noon hour. That will carry us through the evening hours. But notice a few storms lingering overnight Thursday into Friday. That's something we'll be keeping an eye on here in the Weather Center. And then for Friday afternoon, the same thing all over again. So the rain chances stack up like this: 40% for Wednesday and Thursday, 60% for Friday and Saturday. Temperatures today into the 90s relatively quickly, 91 by the noon hour, an eventual high temperature of 97 degrees with that heat advisory in effect. Sunrise is at 6:33 this morning. Look for 90s out at Luther Williams Field tonight with scattered storms. Here's how the 7-day forecast shapes up. Mid to upper 90s for the next few days before we get a front in here over the weekend. That's going to increase our rain chances to 70% by Sunday, back down into the 80s on Sunday as well.